What Disney movie? That's right, I said Disney movie was the studio's answer to Animal House? Up next on Cinema B-Side. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Filming Locations video. But before we get started, we gotta handle a little business. Oh, hello, hi there. It's me, Todd. I'm in the studio, and today's sponsor is myself. The best way to support the channel is to subscribe to my Patreon, where not only do you become a member of the community, you get early access to the B-side videos as well as watch-throughs of movies or TV shows we are covering, and other movie reactions and commentaries from a filmmaker's perspective. And if that's out of your budget, no worries, just hit that like button. It really does help out the channel with the algorithm. And of course, subscribe to get the latest videos delivered directly to you. Hit that notification bell to be alerted of the newest uploads, and please share these videos with your friends and family. And now, back to our regularly scheduled program. With the breakout success of Animal House, which broke down the traditional boundaries of film comedy, all of the studios scrambled to find their own version of this new untapped movie genre. And Disney was no exception. They turned to a fresh out of film school team of Michael Nankin and David Wechter after a Disney executive saw their short film musical entitled Junior High School. Gee, I wonder what other property that inspired. Disney told them they think that they could tap into an audience that they were having trouble reconnecting with: teenagers. After reading a newspaper article about an underground college treasure hunt, they thought to themselves, hey, maybe we could make this idea a younger, new generation's It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. So today, we are going on a hunt for all of the locations around LA. So are you ready? Oh wait, I'm actually not ready. Okay, now I'm ready. Let's go! Here I'm at the observatory in one of the observation decks. And this looks like to be about where they place the camera to get the first opening shot. Boom, ring, boo, 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 boo. The opening college scene takes place in two different locations. One is Occidental College, right here in Eagle Rock. Candy and Sunshine skate right down this walkway, searching for the team leaders in order to give them their invitation to the great all-nighter. And the second location that doubles as the college is filmed right here at the Walt Disney Studios itself. Now I'm here for an event today, so if you want to see the event I'm attending, click the card in the upper right. Look, it's Mickey. Here's the studio store. And Candy and Sunshine skate straight down the middle here, looking for the next recipient of the invitation to the great all-nighter. At Dopey Drive and Mickey Avenue, you can see this building in the background. Candy and Sunshine skate right down Dopey Drive. You can see this tree in the shot as they pass right down in front of the theater, which is going to be right here. So the girls also head this way. You can see the people sitting on the lawn right there and head on this back path around the back of the theater. Back at Occidental College, Candy and Sunshine arrive at football practice as you can see the bell tower above Levitas' shoulder to give him his invitation. The Occidental Tigers logo would have been right there where the Jack Kemp Memorial Stadium logo is now currently residing. The girls head down this path looking for Wesley, the leader of the white team. They head back again, looking for the sorority house of the red team. Right here on campus, Haynes Hall doubles as the red team's sorority house. Now Candy and Sunshine skate off campus, all the way to Hollywood, to try and find Harold, who's at a drive-up diner. And the drive-up diner was called Tiny Nailers, and it used to be right here at the corner of Sunset and La Brea. Now, a fun fact about this same Tiny Nailers, the Beastie Boys album cover for Ill Communication was shot at the same restaurant. Now, as I said, this building is where the Tiny Nailers was, and it seems like right about here is where Harold was parked, because right past his car you can see this strip mall sign in the background with the same Roman's Liquor. So the Roman's Liquor is still here. So as I said, he should have been parked right about here. The girls return from giving Harold his invitation as we enter the counseling building where Adam is with Flinch.
Look, Flinch, I know you can do it.
Adam Larson?
Yeah?
Now we all know David Naughton is the star of Midnight Madness as Adam, who is coming off the heels of this immensely popular Dr. Pepper commercial that was going on in the 80s.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
And of course Stephen Furst, who was actually in Animal House as Flounder. So the studio went as far as to actually hire someone who was in Animal House to go, look everyone, it's just like Animal House. See? We got Flounder. But another not so well-known fact is Andy Tennant, who plays Melio on the Blue Team, went on to direct movies like Hitch, Sweet Home Alabama, and Fool's Gold, and is now one of the main directors on the Kaminsky Method, a show on Netflix with Michael Douglas. And then there's Adam's little brother, but we'll find out a little bit more about him later. Here it is. It all starts here at the Hollywood Tower. Fun fact, Cafe 101 across the street is where they filmed a scene from Swingers, where Vince Vaughn thinks a woman is making cutesy faces at him, but really she's making cutesy faces at the baby. It's filmed right inside there. All the teams gather right here in the courtyard to receive their first clue. Leon, Candy, and Sunshine stand right here, welcoming all the teams. Harold and the Blue Team stand right about here, as you can see the Hollywood Tower sign right behind them. The C is reversed. SS Itari is mixed up and blind. 38, 22, 23, 56, 10, 11. What does it mean? What does it mean? Each team has their own individual interpretation of this clue, and they scatter throughout the city. Now, after finally figuring out the first clue, it leads all the teams up the hill in the center of the city to the Griffith Observatory. Adam arrives while Harold is leaving for their first of many confrontations throughout the film. And the entrance to the observatory is where you can see Adam and the yellow team enter looking for the telescope. Up here on the roof is where the telescope is, inside that dome. The telescope is only open in the evening, and I'm here during the day. Of course, you can see the teams come in through this way, head up the stairs, and input the coordinates to figure out the next clue. If I'm lucky, I may be able to get a view of Venus's 2 moons. This has all been remodeled since they've been here, but it looks like I could just see Armpit leaning up against this glass case, smashing it all. I am being careful. This looks like where Levitus was coming up from behind the moon. With an assist from the telescope, they figure out the next clue. Find the 8800 keys. While the yellow team is on their way to the piano museum, they stop at a stop sign and see a Greyhound bus station, which I could not find. A lot of people say it's the North Hollywood Greyhound bus station, but it doesn't look right. Either it moved from an earlier previous location to this location. I don't know. If anybody knows where that Greyhound bus station is, write it in the comments. When they arrive at the stop sign, they see Scott, who's Adam's little brother, trying to run away to San Francisco. And Scott is played by Michael Fox. That's right, he's so young that he hasn't even added the J into his name yet. This is the big screen debut of Michael J. Fox. You're right, E.T., that is Alex P. Keaton. Inside this building, at 3330 Wilshire Boulevard, was the Sherman Clay Steinway Hall. Sherman Clay Pianos was a popular piano brand at the time, and this was a piano store which doubled as the Los Angeles Piano Museum. We found the 8800 keys. Now the Sherman Clay piano sign was very distinct, and the last bit of it can be seen hanging off the side of the office buildings right here. I'm gonna put a photo of the San Francisco version of the Sherman Clay piano sign because I couldn't find one of the LA one. But that's it. Sherman Clay pianos. There from the Piano Museum, they pick up the next clue, Leon's theme, which then is deciphered into being the Pabst Blue Ribbon theme song. The blue team just write the notes down so they can put it into Harold's computer, but after stuffing marshmallows in it, we realize that isn't gonna work too well. After driving around for a while, Barf tries to decipher the notes by scrambling them around, and we get the then very, very famous
bag of beefy, merely a whole bag of...
Shut up!
The green team arrives first on the side of the building here, parking the meat wagon right in front, and standing right about here staring up at their mecca, their holy land, the Pabst Blue Ribbon Brewery. The logo would have been right on the side of the building, right there, and you could see that tree in the shot. Man, it's gotten big over the last 30 years. Long before the Pabst Blue Ribbon Brewery moved in here, it was initially the Edison Electric Steam Power Plant. It was converted to artist lofts in 1982 and continues with art walks and food festivals to this day. The clue that they got at Pabst Blue Ribbon, Mr. Carson's obese male child, leads us to here, to the Johnies Fat Boy Burger on Wilshire Boulevard. It's on Wilshire Boulevard!
Johnny's Fat Boy Burgers! Alright! It's on Wilshire Boulevard!
Johnny's Fat Boy Burger was a burger chain in the vein of Bob's Big Boy. Now, because Johnny's Fat Boy Burger is just basically used for filming locations now, the city has been renting the parking lot to park their construction trucks because they're bringing the metro from Koreatown all the way to Midtown and then hopefully further beyond. But there's a huge construction project to bring the metro throughout the city finally. So I'm gonna do my best to get into the parking lot and get the shots we need for Johnny's. The yellow team arrives first. As you can see, the Johnny's sign covered with the black wrap where the Johnny's Fat Boy would have been right on top. Harold and the blue team arrived shortly after. This is the best angle I can get from where Harold and the blue team empty out the Jeep's 4 tires and a gallon of gas. Harold stands right about there holding the hubcap in his hand, screaming, "Come on, guys, what are you waiting for?" Now, like I said, Johnny's Fat Boy Burger is just basically used for filming locations now. It's not an actual restaurant, but you may recognize it from movies like Reservoir Dogs and The Big Lebowski. That's right, the dude and Walter sit right there while Walter was screaming about his rights, as usual. Right here and said Johnny's Fat Boy Burger. Now, nowhere near Johnny's Fat Boy Burger, we jump to Burbank on Magnolia Boulevard, where Adam and Flinch are hitchhiking in front of the Greenies building. As you can see, the Greenies building shape is still the same, and they should have been standing right about there. Now, there's been a huge debate as to where the actual Huge M Castle is in Los Angeles, as there's been so many of those types of family fun amusement park centers that have come and gone throughout the years. Some say it's Castle Park here in Sherman Oaks. But this is what the castle looks like here. This is not the Huge M Castle. Hug me! Some say it's Golf and Stuff here in Norwalk, California, where they filmed the Karate Kid date. That's right, Daniel and Allie's date takes place right here at Golf and Stuff. Check the card in the upper right for my filming locations for the Karate Kid. Well, this castle is a lot closer than the one at Castle Park, except the spires where the Huge M would be are much, much taller. One more clue proving that Golf and Stuff, as you can see the sign way back there, there's the Golf and Stuff sign, which was not close to our Huge M here, is that Adam and the yellow team drive directly in front of the Huge M Castle on a road that is an actual street. Now here, there is no street. This is a driveway to the Edison electrical plant, which is on the backside of the Golf and Stuff, and there's no street signs, there's no billboards, there's an off-ramp to the freeway, the 605 freeway. I think you're all getting the idea. It is not golfing stuff. All right, we know it's not Castle Park, and we know it's not golfing stuff because it was a Malibu Grand Prix.
This is a Malibu Grand Prix Entertainment Center, packed wall to wall with the newest, most exciting games anywhere.
They got them all!
That's right, there was a Malibu Grand Prix in North Hollywood where this senior center is now built. It burnt to the ground by the owner through arson after it closed its doors for business. I will link the article in the description. And here is how I figured it all out. The green team would have been traveling down this road when Blaylock is gonna be sick from all the Pabst Blue Ribbon he had been drinking. It travels down this way and into a parking lot that would have been built right here. And when they stop and get out of the meat wagon, you can see this apartment complex over their shoulder. And there it is, 6743 Whitsett Avenue. Directly across the street from the senior center. I think we can finally put a pin in this argument. Here I'm trying to get everyone perspective of how huge the senior center is, where a whole amusement fun park could be. It is gigantic. It goes almost 2 blocks this way and a full block that way. Right where Malibu Grand Prix used to be. And as we know, at Miniature Golf World, they get the next clue. Look at xylophones initially leading us here to LAX. All the team vehicles, whether it's the meat wagon, the red truck, or the blue van, pass right here in front of the restaurant at the center of LAX.
Airport Info 5.
Shut up, Barf, and help me figure out the clue!
Now right around here is where Barf recognizes the 5:30 a.m. sign and gets interrupted by Harold to help him figure out the clue, even though he had just figured it out. This is Terminal 2. Terminal 2 is where Pan Am was, and when the camera zooms in, you can see the Pan Am logo through the window. This is the best angle I think I'm gonna get. But Wesley and the white team come down this street. You can see this crosswalk and this crosswalk in the shot, and they head over this way and stop at this stoplight when they figure out the 5:30 a.m. clue. And how I finally figured this out was right about here in the movie, which is now removed because of all of this construction that's going on, was a street sign that showed east, which is this one crossing horizontally across the screen, and center way south, which is the one where Wesley and the white team come from, which is technically the wrong way to travel up and around the restaurant, but they must have had some permission to block the streets off and get the shot that they needed. This one took me forever to figure out, and I even came back twice because I thought it was somewhere else. And it wasn't, but here's that little center island that they travel by on their scooters and end up over here at the stoplight. Now right behind me is where TWA was at Terminal 3. And Terminal 3 is fully under reconstruction. It's all gone. So inside there is where they run into the Hare Krishnas and the Leon Hare Krishna next clue was all inside this terminal, which is now being fully rebuilt. From there, the teams get their packages with the next clue inside. A guy sitting in a chair, a safety pin, a big letter E, and a red ball. Here at 1520 at San Fernando Boulevard in Burbank, the yellow team stops to figure out the Pinball City clue at Mr. Big Burger, where Vaco's Kebab now resides. Now this one I'm not so sure about. Through many postings and research and things that I found, a lot of people believe that Pinball City was actually inside a strip mall located right here on Whitsett Avenue, where the Imperial Tile and Stone Store now resides. But an interview with the filmmakers that I found, they say that the Pinball City stuff and the Malibu Grand Prix stuff were all filmed in the same location. Maybe the exterior was shot at the arcade that would have been here, and the interiors were shot at the arcade at Malibu Grand Prix. Now it could possibly be that they're confused because Malibu Grand Prix and this strip mall are both located on Whitsett Avenue. And where Malibu Grand Prix was is just about a half a mile down the street. So, could be, possibly. I mean, they're confused that it was filmed at Castle Park, so. But as we know, inside Pinball City is a very early screen debut of Paul Rubens, also known as Pee Wee Herman.
I scared you, didn't I?
After finally figuring out where the finish line is by using Scott's superior video game skills, Adam rushes off, causing Scott to get upset once again, which causes the strife between our yellow team heroes.
And I suppose it's too much bother for you to remember Scott's birthday!
After Adam realizes his mistake of forgetting Scott's birthday, he can be seen driving over this bridge on Olive Avenue in Burbank, and the yellow team is waiting on this cement block for his return.
Come on, you guys. Let's go find my brother.
Right about here where these apartment complexes are is where the Savoy Hotel used to be, and Scott gets thrown out of the blue team's van right about here in the middle of the street. Adam comes down this driveway and sees Scott laying down here in the middle of the street.
I'm sure he missed you too, Harold. To the Bonaventure Hotel! Yeah!
Which brings us to the finish line at the Westin Bonaventure Hotel. Now, the Westin Bonaventure Hotel has been used in many movies, such as Interstellar, Heat, Blade Runner, Rain Man, True Lies. The list goes on and on and on, but we're here for one reason and one reason only: the finish line. There's the check-in desk, and you can see where all the teams arrive and start scrambling and looking for clues. The yellow and blue team arrive almost simultaneously through the Figueroa entrance right here. As you can see, the parking structure in the back aligns almost perfectly.
Bikers, Hell's Angels, they're taking over the lobby.
Here's where security throws the white team out after being bikers, Hell's Angels. Around in the lobby, Wesley leans up against this pillar right here and devises his plan. Up here from the 6th floor, you can see the trick shot where all the teams are scrambling, trying to find the finish line through the maze of the hotel.
Hello, Leon. I can't believe it. All of the teams are here.
And one more fun Disney fact for you: John Fielder, who plays Mr. Thorpe, who we just saw alerting Leon, did the voice of Piglet in almost all of the Winnie the Pooh movies up until his death. Attention, Mr. Game Players.
Look at the pool area. And I mean this expressly.
The yellow team comes out this way to the plaza, searching for clues. Adam stops to contemplate the next clue. And I mean this expressly. As Adam and the gang figure out the clue and run back into the hotel, the blue team arrives and realizes that they're onto something. Adam and the gang frantically hit the elevator button right here, trying to call the elevator to the 27th floor. The finish line, narrowly beating Harold and the gang by a nose. Of course, all the shenanigans in the pool take place right here. Everyone's shoving and accidentally falling in the pool. Here in the express elevator, the team realizes the clue right here is room 2704. Harold and the blue team are in the elevators right next door. And one last thing I found that the filmmaker said was that the actual 27th floor, the fire hose fight that takes place between the yellow and the blue team, and the hotel room finish line itself was actually filmed on a set on the Disney lot. It didn't take place here at the hotel, unfortunately. And of course, after all night losing to Adam, Harold has his meltdown from his diet right here at the buffet and slams the pie into Lucille's face. That's a wrap on my filming locations video for Midnight Madness. It certainly was madness going all around LA and recreating all these shots, but super fun nonetheless. Don't forget to like this video, it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and don't forget to subscribe so you can get more. Share these videos with your friends and family. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. I am out of here.